Hi everyone, it's me, Crafty, and welcome back to my witchcraft series. Today's video is going to talk about spirit guides. As with any topic, you are always going to find opposing beliefs and viewpoints on anything and everything, including this. So I will share with you my own viewpoint, and you can totally disagree, and that's cool, that's fine. You can have a totally different opinion, and I'm cool with that, okay? And if you want to share your opinions, by all means, feel free to share. I'm not here to judge anybody, so, it's all cool, okay? So, one belief is that every person has a guide, a being that is more spiritually evolved than they are, assigned to them for their incarnation here. And you're given this guide prior to birth, type of thing. This guide stays with you until you cross over. There's that belief. Another belief is, yeah, you do have a primary guide that stays with you all that time. However, there are other times in your life when other guides will come in to assist the primary guide, if you will, if there's certain lessons or whatnot, certain circumstances you're going through. And then, once you've worked through that, then that guide moves on elsewhere, but your primary guide still stays with you, okay? So that's another belief. And some people believe, you can only have one guide. Some people believe you can have more than one. So if you kind of think of them as being, if you can kind of think of divinity as being the principal of a school. We're all in the school, we're all students, right? And our primary guide is our teacher, and the other guides that come in to assist would be kind of like the teacher assistants. They're there for a short period of time, then they go, kind of thing. But your primary teacher is your primary guide or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Kind of use that analogy. Yeah. But anyway, now when it comes to guides and whatnot, some people will have guides that will manifest or appear to them. And another belief before I get into that part, some believe that it's only like human souls that can only be your spirit guides. Other people believe it could be other entities or beings that have evolved to a certain spiritual status that could help you and whatnot. There's all different views. And then it could be other beings from other dimensions or whatever. So yeah, explore, research. If something really rings true in your heart, then that's what rings true for you, right? Now when say you start working with a guide and whatnot, or you go see somebody and they tell you, oh, you've got an African guide, or you've got a little Chinese lady that's a guide, or a Native American guide, or whatever, and they specify perhaps a race or a culture, that type of thing, or a certain type of ethnicity. It's really important to keep in mind that our souls, okay, our spirits, are made up of energy, okay? And when it's pure energy, it doesn't look like the way we look. You know what I mean? It's pure energy. Now this is my opinion, okay? And we can manifest that energy to take on the form of a previous incarnation or whatnot. I'll just give you an example. in our culture, when somebody dies, you know, a family member passes away or whatnot, and they're having a traditional burial and all that stuff, we light a ceremonial fire for 4 days. And the person is always buried on the 4th day after they pass away. You have 4 days to make all the funeral arrangements, to dig the grave and whatnot. And we do have grave digging societies up here in some of our tribes that are up here. For instance, my ex-husband, you know, their family was the grave diggers, and they would dig graves by hand even in the winter time, which was a real bugger because the ground would be frozen. They never used like backhoes or any type of machinery. It would all be done by hand. But I'm getting off topic. Now, during those 4 days after that person dies, the spirit goes what we call visiting, or saying goodbye to everybody. That person's spirit will make its rounds, kind of like saying goodbye. And some people will see that person. You know, maybe they're going to sleep one night and they look over and they see their deceased grandmother. Just kind of standing maybe at the foot of their bed, you know, looking at them, or, you know, maybe smiles, and then they fade away. That's them saying goodbye, just kind of checking in, making sure, okay, you're okay, I'm saying goodbye, blah, 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 and then they go. Now, for instance, when my grandmother died, this is what happened, and there are people in our family that saw her say goodbye during that 4 days, right? And when we see her, we'll see her as how she looked to us in this lifetime. Okay, she appeared to us in a way that we were familiar with. If she would have just appeared as like a ball of white light, it would be kind of like, okay, that's a ball of white light, or whatever it is. We don't know who that is or what that is. And, you know, it could be anybody, right? But she took on the form of her most recent incarnation that we would recognize her by, that we would know her by. And I believe that our spirit guides are like that as well, that it, you know, they aren't limited by gender, race, culture, that they are pure energy, and that we will perceive them to be in a form that we can maybe somehow relate to or comprehend. That being said, I also think that perhaps when we do start working with our guides, I'm just looking at the time, you know, and we do come to find that, you know, they appear to us as whatever race, whatever culture, that, you know, that's fine. But for me, there's a couple different opinions on that. One, it could be maybe that was their last incarnation. Another thing it could be is that perhaps that was an incarnation that they really enjoyed, a lifetime that they really enjoyed, and prefer to manifest themselves as that incarnation. Or it could be that that is a particular incarnation that they have gone through, that perhaps in some way the light dimmed. That's just my guides playing with the light and playing with my printer. Yeah.